This game takes the post-apocalyptic survival genre in a different direction. Instead of the usual bunker or settlement, your base is this living train that's part machine, part creature. The developers reached out and sent a key, so I was excited to try it out. So the story is about these cosmic horrors that have taken over the world. You are playing as someone who woke up from a special dream state and got connected to one of these living trains. The train itself is this weird combination of metal and organic parts, complete with a beating heart inside. You have to feed it with the remains of enemies you defeat to keep it running. You split your time between two main activities. First, there's everything you do on the train. You are constantly expanding it by adding new cars, each with different purposes. The train isn't just for show. It protects you from the creatures outside and serves as your crafting hub and a safe haven. You can start the train whenever you want to move forward with 3 different speeds. And honestly, the train sounds and feels phenomenal. You'll get off the train to explore, gather resources, find NPCs and fight various enemies. These range from cultists to all kinds of monsters. The longer you stay out there, the more your character's sanity drops, which is actually used in an interesting way. Instead of it just being a bad thing, you can feed that accumulated madness to your train to unlock new abilities. The combat is interesting, but it's clear that it needs some more work. I think especially the hitboxes and animations are not always accurate. The game has all the usual survival elements: managing health, hunger, fighting with weapons and magic, and crafting gear. But it adds its own spin by making everything connect back to your train. As you progress, your bond with it grows stronger, which gives you access to more powers. Something else that needs more work is the user interface navigation. For example, hovering over items is not fluid since your mouse has to always be outside the window in order to be able to select an item. I also think items should have some different colors to make finding them at a glance easier. Now the world isn't static. Most stops along the tracks are procedurally generated, so you are always finding new areas to explore. You'll have to plan your journey carefully, making sure you have enough fuel, aka those enemy remains, to reach the next stop. The ultimate goal is becoming powerful enough to actually challenge these cosmic horrors, but getting there means gradually building up both your own abilities and your train's capabilities. Arguably, the strongest aspect for me is the atmosphere and sound design. Sometimes it does remind me of the dark Lovecraftian atmosphere of Bloodborne, even though a lot of it isn't even finished yet. For players who dig the setting, there is tons of lore to find and read. You can play this alone or with up to 4 other people. None of this really exists in quiet discombination in other games. I'm definitely excited to see where this goes. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.